Good day, YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's voting video on YouTube. Today is, of course, just a regular, normal vlog. And, of course, speaking of vlogs, I've actually got a couple of more vlogs. There's actually two vlogs. One made for today, and the other one made for the 21st of November. But this time, it's actually going to be filmed sometime just before that. I think it will be on Thursday, the 21st of November, as a special premiere. And on that date, I'm going to be doing something rather special here. So keep an eye on what's going to be happening somehow. And I know that my YouTube channel is also going to feel very, very different because I'm not sure how Malaysia 2024, the holiday trip that I'm actually off to, is going to be like. Because it might be slightly a bit different, maybe focusing somewhat of a different toned type video on YouTube, because somehow I have been filming lots and lots and lots of video clips during my holiday trips to Malaysia. But that being said, I don't know how it's going to be like, because I'm actually going to go to Malaysia, but with instead the whole family, not just my dad, but of course it's only just me and the whole family, and also my dad. So I don't know, I might be making slightly less videos, but then we have to see how the fabric is going to be like. But then, hey, straightforward 4 weeks could actually mean more videos on YouTube as a possibility type thing. But then, yet again, hey, how would I never believe that purpose of somehow trying to make videos? And also, I might be going into like a toy review type video on YouTube. Hopefully, I can do some toy reviews when I'm actually in Malaysia, because hey, why the heck not? I just want to do some toy reviews from overseas and try and do something which is a little bit different, considering that being around in the UK is just chronically boring. Now, I'm not being harsh or anything, but I'm just straightforward, like thinking of certain plans of what I can do throughout this vlog. So that's it. Of course, yes, I'll be doing like a behind the scenes of my Microsoft Paint animations. That would be a very good subject for, for this year's November, I suppose, hey, in terms of the vlog, I guess, I suppose, hey, but we'll see. But anyways, I've got lots and lots of stuff. Maybe I could do 2 vlogs in one day, if I'm possible, in Malaysia. Ooh, that could be a bit of a risk-reward factor, because, hey, I have to look carefully at the time zones, because one, well, nationality-wise, even though I speak with an Australian accent, I seem to have been nationalised as a British person, because I've been residing in the UK, but derived from Malaysian parents, obviously. Or should I just say, derived from a Malaysian background, if I was being very fluent. Okay, so obviously, right. So the plan is that I'll be making 1, if not 2 vlogs on the 21st of November. Who knows? Maybe I could just make 1 just before I could make for the 21st of November, because it literally just depends. So yes, I'll be going to Malaysia, but for around 4 weeks, which is actually going to be utterly challenging, because hey, there's 1, I've got to contend with stress. 2, I've got to think about internet connectivity. And 3, I also need to think about people. That being my whole family. And also, I don't know how am I going to really allow, like, putting up my family members right over in video. Because I know some people are quite sensitive in the way I like to be filming or not, as part of my content stuff. But who knows? Good luck for that one, hey? I just did a wink earlier on. But anyways, so I'll be doing as much stuff as possible. Speaking of normal toy reviews, I'm actually going to keep on making more Flip Up toy reviews, hopefully sometime in the UK, but it won't be that much until I get back into the UK, which will be on the 15th of December, but I'm not sure about how am I going to perform on the 15th of December, because there will be lots and lots of jet lag when I get back here. So at the moment, it's a very messy picture, it's a very messy state, so maybe if I'm being very hyper-productive, nearly just slurred then, sorry about that, but anyways, obviously, there's a huge whopping amount of mess. Like, I'm going to clean all of this stuff out before I head back to Malaysia. And there's actually quite a lot more things I might chat along the way here. And yes, speaking of the certain things I have to really take in part to consider, watering the plants. Now, I'm not sure about looking after the flowers and all kinds of things. That tomato plant has actually grown quite successful here somehow indoors. That's very, very nice to know. And it's interesting that the soil has actually been very moist. And look at the roots. It's actually been growing somehow relatively well. I'm not sure if tomatoes are straightforward, very resilient to freezing temperatures. That's my only guess here. These spider plants, I don't think they're going to straightforward like work. We've actually got new fresh spider plant seedlings. Now, not sure if I'm... What's that? There's a cat outside here, eh? Hello. That's weird. I just saw a cat right outside of my neighborhood. That's pretty unusual. Who knows? I might be able to see a fox. That was just straightforward, very unusual somehow, seeing a cat. Normally I tend to see foxes. Anyways, I don't know if I can look after these plants because I think they might straightforward die during the cold winter that I might come back during Christmas time. Who knows? I might be doing a mega Christmas toy view. Yeah, I might actually... Oh, get out of the way. Right, that's it. So, in the end, I will be straightforward, like making as many flip up toys for Christmas of 2024, but only when I get back. Because obviously, I'm not sure how many toys am I going to be making in my trip to Malaysia, and then straightforward shipping them all the way back to the UK, which will cause a complete giant fat bubble, right? Hey, I can't really surprise myself that hey, I really want to do some wildlife and nature stuff, outside of Malaysia. But hey, I gotta really take into account that, things could change. Things can straightforward like rapidly develop in a certainly different way. Like I can do a different thing in another. So, well, here's my guess. Like, I can just straightforward think about doing toy views. Maybe sometime, I don't know. I can't really tell because it's just very hard to think. And the reason why it's so hard to think is because I gotta really think about family, but also I gotta really think about other stuff too. I've got lots and lots of things to actually cherish on. So who knows? Maybe the next time when I'm back in like my uncle's house, I can just print how many copies. Like, I don't know. It's gonna be very hard. I mean, this is gonna be very much too much of a bit of a generosity type thing. I don't know. I seem to want to do different stuff somehow. That's all I really want to do. When I go back into Malaysia, everything will start to feel different as far as I'm concerned. Maybe, who knows, there might be a huge, large influx of made in Malaysia and made in Thailand stuff. I'm quite curious to see how my toy view is going to be straightforward, like, played upon. There'll be a huge dynamic change of how things are going to be like. I know, that's the way it is, considering of just how much time I really want to try and, like, make up the whole most of, like, 4 weeks' time going back to Malaysia. And I think that's fairly true and fair. And who knows, I'll be straightforward making a big mess. But then, hey, I'll be straightforward, like, selling all these toys to all, people alike. I just really can't wait to see how these toys are going to be turned out once the year has concluded. And of course, yes, I'm pretty much flying back to Malaysia. There's also other things I got to really take into account, like animating. It's straightforward, like, I don't have 1,000 pair of hands. Like, I haven't got that much in the way of things I have to decide here first. Like, I've got, obviously I'm just fluctuating the... Oh, no, not the hiccups. Sorry, I just can't really stand those hiccups. They're just driving me crazy. So, I don't know what to really say here, but, man, it's very hard to tell. Like, okay, so, honestly, I don't want to straightforward, like, panic here as I'm making this video, because obviously, like, I don't know, I'm just moving along here, because I just feel a little bit unconscious of whatever I'm going to say here. But, yes, I feel like I need to take account into my family, and it can be a bit of a tricky thing to pinpoint, because, you just never understand, or maybe I just never understand about certain things here. My eyes are itching, because I think I've been playing well with tech. And who knows, I feel like, hey, maybe my tablet is the go-to device to, like, I really want to try and somehow do different stuff. That's what I really want to say here. But anyways, so yes, I will still be doing all kinds of stuff. Maybe I can do as much arts and crafts, but hey, I'll just have to somehow take into full account and see how things go. Because, I don't know. I'll just have to see how many items can I just make for this year. And I'm looking forward to taking into full account of. I see how everything goes. And actually, as I've actually just remembered, hang on. I think I just remembered something. Do you remember something that was very girly? That I've just made? Something back in the early part of the 2024 year, I think I made. I think it was the Flip Up Ponies toys, and that to me, as I can say this, is gonna be a new comeback. Straightforward, it'll be in a nice large influx from like. So let me get this. I'd probably say from the 15th of November to December, it will be a large pony apocalypse. I'd probably guess there's a lot of pony themed toys. Like, I just want to see, like, hopefully 1,000. And that would probably like clutter up my room somehow and stuff. But then, how am I going to take account into so much paper? It's just going to be crazy. But then, I've got other things I've got to deal with. But then, I haven't got the time to like sell all of these toys to all of the good people alike. Because I'm just straightforward producing as much content as I am doing. Like, I'm just straightforward, like, producing different content for different reasons. Like, I've got to take account into animating and all that stuff. So, who knows? I might be making, like, the My Little Pony toys I was actually making? Like, I'm actually sort of thinking of planning it to bring it back in a large influx because, hey, that's me. Maybe every time I go back to Malaysia with the whole family, there'll be lots of pony toys. You just watch. You just see what's going on here, eh? And by the time I come back next month, get ready for a massive My Little Pony themed toy range. Like, there's a lot of Flip Up Pony stuff I used to cover on my YouTube channel. And technically, I was saying myself, I was a bit of a brony. And I was. But then I didn't want to enter any cosplay type areas. I didn't even visit any cosplay type areas. And that was just somehow like, I don't know, just very crazy to somehow talk about. And I mean, I just don't know what to really say because, My Little Pony has been on the abattoir for such time ago, and I'm just picking my eyes because they're feeling very itchy because I think I might have spent so much time in the screen and stuff. I feel like I need to give my eyes a rest. But then, hey, I just feel like I've got lots of more plentiful opportunities to do so when I'm back in holiday. But then, hey, that's it. So, who knows? I just can't wait to see what the world has to offer, especially Malaysia, that one country. Anyways, I shall have to leave this video here because my eyes are going absolutely funny. So the subjects I've covered today is the 2 vlogs that we'll be having. So it's not going to like affect on in terms of how things are going to be shaping somehow. Hopefully I can do a massive, amazing vlog for Thursday the 21st of November of 2024. Hopefully it's going to be set in British time because I can't like jeopardize it in from like when I'm pretty much uploading a video in Malaysia and then I'm just straightforward like, I don't know how it's going to be like, but then hey, I'll just have to see how things are going to be taken into account for because I have to really depend on the certain location. There are some places in which they don't have internet, like my dad's birth town place. I don't know, maybe to me, I feel like I want to do arts and crafts whenever I travel along somehow. Hey, make as much stuff before my trip to the UK. Anyways, I shall straightforward leave this video. If you really enjoyed it, please give this video a like, subscribe for more Flip Up videos in the future, and as always, thanks so much for watching, and bye for now.